Hey everyone, this is Isaac Mullins with TSS Universal Incorporated. I'm going to go ahead and do my second State of the Inc. address. Um, kind of just like a weekly update on what's going on. I just posted something on Facebook and I wanted to do a video update on that, kind of a side note as well. Basically stating that we are holding up operations. I went ahead and I went with my gut again. I know you guys kind of like, well, he keeps dragging this out. And actually, I'm not even talking to most people and letting most people know what was going on. And that's why I'm kind of doing this video too, because I really should be expressing to everybody, but I just don't have time. And that's the biggest issue is I can't like update everybody, and half the people don't even probably want to hear it at this point. They just want to see it happen, which I understand completely, me as well. So yeah, no, basically I'm holding up operations, going with my gut. I put it together, the overview. I mean, that was like 350 hours between that outlook. I mean, there was a lot of admin that needed to be done. And I've actually gotten to where I want to be. So now what I'm going to do is I ended up running into a lady that does grant writing, and she's a business consultant, so she does business planning, all that, and the putting together the business plan itself. And so that got me thinking. And so I'm going to go ahead and raise capital however possible, even if I got to go back to work for this next phase, just to get that the business plan in place, which means I can go for venture to capitalists. I've already got stuff with angel investors in the Alaska Accelerator Fund in motion, and then I'm also going to be going before I start work or whatever in the next couple weeks. I'm going to be initiating contact with a lot of other local sponsors and whatnot. And so yeah, I mean, just full bore and putting my eggs in all baskets possible, and really trying to get as diversified as possible as far as getting funding. Because my gut read was we need to back off, get a little more of the website put together. In fact, Megan Raybon, my new roommate, she's been amazing helping me out, and her mom actually is a web designer as well. So we'll see what goes on there. And then there's a couple others as well, a couple other people I can talk to here locally, and this being nonprofit. That's another thing. I'm raising 75. However, $75. If anybody can help me out, I need to get the nonprofit going, and they told me that would take about 2 weeks. So that's something. I don't know why I haven't done it beforehand. I should have just done it. I thought it took like 6 months and was actually a chunk of change. It's like $75 and takes 2 weeks. I think that's a recent shift, because last time I was in there when I got the uh, business license or the incorporation for TSS Universal Incorporated back in October, they were like, it takes 6 to 8 months and you gotta mail it in, and they made it sound really, really complicated. So I was like, okay, that's a step in itself. We'll do that when we get to it. But now it's actually really easy, and being nonprofit status, we can go for a lot of grants too. So that'll be phase two. So we're going to go for venture capitalists with the business plan itself, and then also local sponsors and whatnot. It'll be fantastic. And I'm actually going to have a professional do it, because not only will it take them less time, I'll have the outline in place, so it'll be like pretty much plug and play for them, and they can reword as need be or whatnot. And yeah, so and then the next step would be the grants and whatnot, and then intermixed we'll have local sponsors and whatnot. I'm working with a few already, and there's the interest. Granted, you guys, the numbers are like really erratic for this, and I think that's going to be the case with anything new. Is there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's nothing really to back this. This is a completely new concept, a completely new industry. I get it, you guys. I know this is like crazy. But just remember, we are, and that's why I backed off, is when I realized a couple weeks ago, I mean, after years of working on this, you guys, had the epiphany that, oh, wow, this is a replicable, self-sustaining financial system, and the implications of that. I mean, not only economically, but socially, worldwide, are astronomical. And I mean, I knew that. I knew the system was going to do a lot. I mean, I worked so hard on it, and I've been so patient, because I wanted to make it near perfect. I mean, so that it couldn't screw up, and it couldn't screw this up. If I screw up this idea, and I create negative stigmatism for what we're trying to do here, I mean, that's entirely why I've been so patient. I've learned from so many billionaires and CEOs and presidents of corporations. I've read so many examples and seen what they did. And yeah, I mean, absolutely. I see it plain as day, step by step. And it's the patience. It's like a chess game, you guys. I've built it near perfect, and the next step is that boost. We need to have the boost. So again, I'll say it again. We're raising $5,000 is my goal for the next kickoff, and I'll have a breakdown for that on the website of where all that goes. I mean, it's pretty simple. And in fact, I'm going to talk to a few entities. I need someone, hey, someone with good credit. If you're down to make an easy $3,000, I have a couple investment opportunities right quick off the bat. I'm going to talk to a couple of my friends, see what they're willing to do. But yeah, I mean, this is at the stage now where I have no problem. Here's another State of the Inc. Tidbit. I literally am at the stage where I have no problem asking for help, you guys. For the longest time, in person, it is still hard for me to ask for help. It's weird. I have this, it's a mental block that I'm getting outside my comfort zone with, because this isn't about me. This isn't about you guys individually. This is about the masses. It's about the world economy as is, the state of the world. And we need solutions. I mean, bottom line, I can get deep on some other political issues that are happening and da stuff that this person and that person are doing. But I mean, literally, it's time. We got to get this in gear. We got to kick it in gear. We have a time frame. I try not to watch the news just so I don't get, pressured and make the wrong step. I really try to stay pure as possible so that I can make, clear reads on the scenario and what needs to happen next. And that's what I'm doing, you guys. I am entirely building this by my gut. Entirely. Like, when I slow down and stop, and I won't say anything to people for months on end and just throw out little tidbits to, plant the seed or cultivate the seed that's already been planted, just because I'm not ruining the markets purposely. I understand I need to, get certain stuff in place before I bring it to certain people, and that's quite the process. It entirely is quite the process. So I'm going to leave it at lucky number 7. You guys, this is again Isaac, TSS Universal Incorporated. I love y'all. And remember, have a good night, safe weekend, happy Memorial Day, and no fear, no doubt, live it. Good night, y'all.